Inside the Circle, Season 12, Episode 5.2. Sean.
I appreciate you.
I know, but this is take 2, so I don't know if that's my problem or if that's yours, Sean.
Hey, I said I appreciate you.
Yes, you did. And I would like to point out that we've done Division 3, Division 2. We are now moving into Division 1. We're going to cover 2 sectionals in this episode and then 2 more in the next episode. Sean, where do we want to start for these 2 sectionals?
We're going to start, as we do every year, with the easiest or what we think is the thinnest sectional, working our way towards the toughest sectional. We're going to start at number 4. It's Marysville. I don't think there's any guessing here, any surprise that we're considering Marysville the thinnest Division 1 sectional in Central Ohio. And frankly, it might be one of the thinnest sectionals, I think, maybe on record. And when you look at team rankings.
Well, when you base it on the average score, right?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
we got an average team ranking of 32.5, which is probably, I mean, again, if you're like getting into the high 20s, that's pretty high number. The fact we're in the 30s is mind-blowing to me, but we did it up here. So tell me the teams we got competing at this section.
No problem. We have Marysville, obviously. Okay. Tays Valley. We have Dublin Jerome. We have Pickerington Central, New Albany. I would say you probably have Westerville South, Northland, Columbus West, Whetstone, Franklin Heights, and
go Falcons.
Franklin Heights, and Mifflin. Mifflin will be there too. Okay. So those are your 11 teams.
Those are 11 teams there. I think when you think of the big winner of this sectional, I think people might think it's Marysville.
Yeah.
But to me, it's Tays Valley and Todd Nays. As for all you people who over the last 10 years been complaining that this guy takes 5 or 10 minutes to pick a sectional, sit down and be quiet, because this guy just flat out stole one here. I mean, this might be the biggest heist in American history without a gun and a mask ever. Everybody else started looking around. He's like, I will go to Marysville. Why are you guys not going to Marysville?
Well, he certainly did say that. That is true.
And I think this benefited them the most there. The guys are looking to maybe move on to the state tournament, the 6, 13, 20. Todd Hunter, Hex, Zimmer, and all. I think this will be a great section for them to come out of going forward. Then you add in Graham, Kennedy. So it's good. But anyways, before we get too far ahead, one thing that was striking to me about this one when I peeled away the numbers is the pre-entered wrestlers for this sectional. When I saw this sectional coming together as we were watching the meeting go through, I see that they had 139 wrestlers entered per the information you submitted.
Yes, I get that.
And watching this, I thought the record, which is 104, which ironically is at Marysville for Central Ohio, number of competitors being the smallest, might actually be broken. Are we going to get 35 scratches between now and then?
Not between now and then. No way.
I don't think so, but this is
so 104, you're good still.
You're 100 good. I'm just shocked that we had that many full. I mean, these teams are averaging over 12 wrestlers per team.
Yes.
And we have a team average of 32. Like, numerically, that doesn't add up to me, who follows wrestling. Those numbers just don't seem to come together there. But I think Marysville is the favorite.
Yes,
clearly. I think we would all agree within the district they are the favorite. They're coming off a little bit of injuries there, so if they can get their big guns back healthy, ready to go with Mize and Burkhardt, that will go a long way in securing this title. And then we add in the people like Riley and Sharp, who've shown in the past they can come alive at postseason and really push forward. If we can get Beanie at 106, who me and Mark saw have a great showing at the All-North Tournament. They got Schuster, and then at the big heavyweight,
Counts
as well. We get those guys rallied. They're wrestling at home. They're always tough inside the den there. Can we go den with the Monarchs?
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have a lot of pride up there.
Yes, they have a lot of pride. That is for sure. That was good.
I liked them to secure it, but I think this with Tays Valley might be a little bit closer than people think.
Okay.
Rounding out the top 3 there, we're going to go with Dublin Jerome. Again, just coming off a great All-North showing. They had 2 champions there. I like those guys to have success here with Choi at 150 and Leonard at 157. So they're going to have a good showing there. And I've got to watch. If you're watching this wrestling, you're trying to follow something because wrestling tournaments are long and there's nothing to do when your kid's not wrestling, watch 132 and Christian
St. Clair
from Westerville South.
Yes,
man, this guy's improving me. Me and Mark talked about before we started filming 4 hours ago that we liked this way this guy was wrestling, and his finals at the All North. It was
100%.
Wrestler and coach really worked as a team, managing through flappadoodle yellow buck situations to really
Yes.
come out on top. So take a look at him if you got some time and you're watching other weight classes.
Boom. Sean, that is Marysville, but there's another sectional we're going to cover. We are going to be covering the Upper Arlington sectional. Sean, Olentangy is there. Upper Arlington is obviously there.
Yep.
Central Crossing, Hilliard-Davidson, Olentangy, Orange, Worthington-Kilbourne. Didn't have to travel far for that one. Logan, this is a change. Logan is now at a different sectional than Watkins Memorial than what they've been in the last maybe 10 years. Pickerington North is there, Canal Winchester, Walnut Ridge, and Groveport Madison. Sean, start off with talking about the Logan situation, if you would.
Well, there's two oddities here in this sectional that's not at anywhere else. For one, this is the only sectional in Division I that has 12 teams. Did you know that?
Hey, I
Only
did.
one with 12. And ironically, it's the only sectional that has an appointed team, which is
Briggs.
But usually,
Upper
usually the district has an appointed team, which is Logan, which is always appointed to Watkins. But this year decided to go in the normal draw and came to Upper Arlington, which I think is somewhat beneficial to me as well. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. But that's a little strange that this year they decided to go into that.
Yes.
Couple things jump out at me. Upper Arlington is going for their 6th straight sectional title. I'm going to give them some love there on that.
That is impressive.
That is impressive to me.
Yes.
We've talked about this. That is a tougher job than I think people give it credit for because they look at Upper Arlington and the facilities and stuff like that. But when you have ski club, lacrosse, hockey.
Well, their equestrian team is actually very good. Their water polo team is 15 times. Yes.
I mean, there's just a lot of events for these guys to
esports
do.
championships there.
And for them to come out and, wrestle, it's hard to get kids to do that. I think Coach Stout does a better job than he gets credit for there.
True
so
that.
I'm going to give him that there. But let's look at the here. Can they pull it out again? That is the $1 million question.
Well, I know he's been obviously he's been putting time in the offseason for his wrestlers, but he spends a lot of time at Kramerica Industries, so he's learning how to manage those people. And I think that's one of the beneficial things that he's learning there. He has an intern. There's a lot going on there, but ultimately, when you try to get 6 straight, it's going to take some serious work. I think there are some teams that will push. The question is, I would ask you.
I don't know how they do it. I've been there for the last, 5 years. Whenever they tore down the old school and have the new school, it might be 5 years at this point. They just always seem to have a way to claw themselves to the top. I don't know how they do it. The last couple of times have really and they always seem to find another gear. Now, I know you joked about it with about every coach at All North that ain't nobody wanting to drive an hour and 10 minutes of sectionals, and maybe these guys just going down the street does help them.
Yeah.
But they always seem to find a way, and I am actually pulling for them at this sectional to do it.
Because
I do think that is an accomplishment. That's something he would be proud of in the program as we go around. Now, let's see. Who's going to do it for him? Well, Myers is the Kodiak Bear of the group. We all know that. But they're going to need to get people like Franson, Sidwick, McHugh, Bent up there as well. They're going to get an upgrade at 150, I hear. But if they get people like McDonald at 132, 38, or Golan Busky at 150 contribute,
good job.
That would go a long way in helping them out. But I think they're going to have to wrestle as a 14. What do we call
unit?
What do we call a group of bears?
A group? They're solitary animals.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they're going to have, well, see, that's not going to help them.
That's not going to
help them. They're going to
help
have to
them.
wrestle as a group here.
Yes.
If they wrestle as a team, they're going to need that, and that will help their chances. At number 2, we're going with Olentangy.
Ooh,
Olentangy is
solid.
The complete opposite of Upper Arlington, where they're not going to wrestle. What are they? The Braves?
They're the Braves.
Do they run in packs?
They're tribe.
They're tribe?
Yeah.
Okay. They're tribe.
Good job. Work that in there.
They're going to come from a different one. They're going to have 7
Chiefs or Indians, Braves in this case.
Hammers.
Oh.
Now
you tried.
We only
tried.
rehearsed it for like 10 minutes.
It's
that joke so went by. And they're going to do it differently. From 106 to 144, if it's going to happen for them, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You got Montrose squared, Schuler, Gregson,
Piantowski's
times 2.
Yes.
Alt as well.
But I think
And then they got a big gap there before we get to Daniel Stevens there. Anyway. So, but they're going to have that from 50 to 215. I don't know how much they're going to squeeze out of that. So
it'll be tough.
They're going to have to. But you know what? The low weights is where this option is going to happen there. At number 3, we're going to have Olentangy Orange rounding out
Very
the 3
good
there.
team.
They're another team that's going to come in with 14 wrestlers and all weights, all been able to get some kick-in points for their. I look for Tong, Slack, Gaylor.
Yes.
to score a lot of
100%.
points for them as well. And they're well coached and they know what they're doing. But to me, the action at this sectional tournament is the first 7 weight classes.
Boom.
That is where all the action is going to happen. That's where most of the top-rated kids. That's where you're going to see some district-level wrestling at the sectional tournament to me. And one way to look out for, 106. Could it be a Derby preview?
Hey.
With
Could be.
Coakley and Monkrose there. I've been telling people inside the circle and outside.
Hey.
Outside people. I've been telling people outside the circle, why is this kid not ranked? This kid is legit. He's very good on his feet.
Yeah.
Very good on his feet. And his matchup with Monkrose in the finals, if it happens, depending on bracketing there, will be one I am very much anticipating.
Yes.
The sectional has 2 top 15 schools, 4 top 25, so it's not one of the softest, but we're not really getting into depth as much either. But again, I love going to the sectional tournament. I love the location of it. I love the way that they have the mats, the space. They finally have parking figured out there.
I was just about to ask you, will you tell me about the parking situation?
The parking
you used to park along the football field
It
on the
was
street.
bad there for a while. We got parking figured out, and again, they do a great job in the hospitality room.
Did the high school build a parking garage? 3-level parking garage?
I think they're going to do something there. I really do think there's something in the works there. So
Crazy. Sean, is that enough for the D1 sectionals for that first episode?
Oh, yeah, I'm saving it off for the next episode.
Noted, and now you are inside the circle.